Good day, my dear students. In this video session, let us learn how to evaluate the eigenvalues and eigenvectors for the stepped bar shown here using dynamic analysis in finite element method. Also, we will draw the mode shapes of vibration for the stepped bar shown, and we will determine the natural frequency of the vibration from the eigenvalues determined, and mode shapes can be found using the eigenvectors determined. We know that in dynamic analysis problems we will consider a pair of stiffness matrices and the mass matrices both. Okay, in the previous video session we have discussed the introduction to dynamic analysis, and we have derived the mass matrices for different structures like bars, trusses and beams. Okay, now in this video session let us determine the eigenvalues and eigenvectors for the stepped bar shown here. The stepped bar here, the area of the element 1 given is 400 mm square, area of the element 2 is 200 mm square, and the entire bar is made up of same material. Young's modulus given is 200 gigapascal, and the density, the specific weight is given, but specific weight is given in terms of mass density, that is 7850 kg per meter cube. The unit is kg per meter cube. Then this mass density, no need to convert it into the weight density because it is given in kg per meter cube. Directly we will substitute in the formula for mass matrix. Okay, now the length of the first element given is 200 mm and element 2 is given 100 mm. Okay, now first let us generate a finite element model for this geometric model. Finite element model, let us discretize this stepped bar into two elements, element 1 and element 2, having the length 200 mm. You convert it into meter, 0.2 meters. 100 mm to meter, if you convert it, you will get 0.1 meter. Next, likewise, area also you convert it into meters because the density is given in kg per meter cube, so that we will convert all the units in terms of meters, mm to meter. Area given is 400 mm square. Now convert it into meter square. How do you convert? I hope you know how to convert the mm square to meter square. What is 1 mm? 1 mm is 10 raised to minus 3 meters, okay, whole square. You will get 400 into 10 raised to minus 3 whole square is 10 raised to minus 6, and meter square. You will get 400 into 10 raised to minus 6 meter square. Likewise you convert, so that therefore likewise 200 mm square area of element 2 can be written as 200 into 10 raised to minus 6 meter square. Likewise Young's modulus for both the elements is same, that is 200 GPa gigapascal. Giga is nothing but 10 raised to 9. You can write it at 200 into 10 raised to 9 pascal. Pascal is nothing but Newton per meter square. Now next, density, no need to convert, it is given in terms of meters only, as well as mass kgs, 7850 kg per meter cube. Now next, let us generate the global stiffness matrix by generating the stiffness matrices for both the elements. K1, we know that for the 1D bar the stiffness matrix is given by AE by L into 2 cross 2 matrix 1 minus 1 minus 1 1. Now let us substitute the area of the element 1, Young's modulus of the element 1, and the length of the element 1 as we have discussed here, the data. If we substitute all this data, we will get 4 into 10 raised to 8. Okay, if we calculate this ratio, we will get 4 into 10 raised to 8. 10 raised to 8 you keep outside and write inside 4 minus 4 minus 4 4, and write the DOF numbers for reference. Since the element 1 we have defined the nodes 1 and 2, you write 1 2 1 2 DOF numbers. And next, mass matrix for element 1, generate mass matrix for element 1. We know that consistent mass matrix for 1D bar is given by rho AL by 6 into 2 1 1 2. This is the formula, where rho is the mass density into A is the area of the element, L is the length of the element. Now For element 1, it can be written as rho A1 L1 by 6, because rho, the entire bar is having same material, the rho is same, mass density 2112, and rho 7850 is given in terms of kg per meter cube. Mass density you substitute, A1 area of the element 1, and length of the element 1 is 0.2 meter divided by 6, 2112. Once you calculate this ratio, and if this is multiplied with these terms inside, if it multiplied with 2, you will get 0.209, and this ratio we will get 0.104. okay, likewise you will get this matrix 0.209, 0.104, 0.104, 0.209, and write the DOF number. Since the element 1 consists of two nodes with node number 1 and node number 2, 1 to 2, you write DOF numbers 1 to 1 2. Next, generate the stiffness matrix for element 2 by using the formula AE by L 1 minus 1 minus 1 1. Substitute the area of the element 2, Young's modulus of the element 2, and length of the element 2 here, as we have discussed the data in the previous page. And next you will get 4 into 10 raised to 8, same 10 raised to 8, you keep the same common as in the stiffness matrix for element 1, and inside you write 4 minus 4 minus 4 4, and write the DOF numbers 2 3 2 3, because the element 2 is having the nodes numbered with 2 to 3. okay, next let us generate the mass matrix for element 2 by using the formula rho AL by 6 2112, and next you enter the data for element 2. Rho is the same 7850, and area of the element 2 is 200 into 10 raised to minus 6. Length of the element 2 is 0.1 meter. Once you substitute this data and 2112, we will get this ratio after calculation 0.0261, and 0.0261 is taken inside, and if it is multiplied with 2, you will get 0.0523, and 0.0523, 0.0261, 0.0261, 0.0523 you will get. Next, write the DOF numbers 2 to 3, 2 to 3, 2 3 2 3. Next, once we generate the stiffness matrices and mass matrices for both the elements, let us generate the global stiffness matrix and global mass matrix by using the method procedure we have adopted for global stiffness matrix generation in the module 2 and module 3 for the analysis of truss, beams and bars. Global stiffness matrix, you know how to generate. First let us write the DOF numbers. 3 rows 3 columns you generate, because the stepped bar, the finite element model, it is discretized into 2 elements and 3 nodes. Hence order of the global stiffness matrix will become 3 cross 3, because at each node 1 DOF, and you will get 1 2 3 1 2 3 you will write. And after that let us write the terms, the coefficients of the first stiffness matrix K1 here, 4 minus 4 minus 4. Here it is 8 I wrote, which is common. 4 minus 4 minus 4, 4 you write. And next for 2 3 2 3 element for K2 you write again the 4 minus 4 minus 4, 4 you will get. 4 plus 4, which is common here, then I wrote directly it is 8. Once you write the coefficients of the K1 and K2 like this in 1 2 1 2 box and in 2 3 2 3 box. After that the remaining blank boxes you just write it as 0. Once you generate the global stiffness matrix like this, after that generate the global mass matrix by using the same procedure adopted for global stiffness matrix. Global mass matrix, here again generate the 3 rows and 3 columns and write the numbers 1 2 3 1 2 3 DOF numbers, and in 1 2 1 2 box let us write the coefficients of the mass matrix 0.209, 0.104, 0.104, 0.209. These are the coefficients of the mass matrix. And next the 4 elements of the mass matrix you write. For element 2 you write in this box, that is 2 3 2 3 the DOF numbers. Here if you write 0.0523, 0.0261, 0.0261, 0.0523, here you will get one common term, that is 2 2 In both the matrices, mass matrices, it is available. Okay, 2 element, that is 0.209, 0.0523. Hence it is added, and remaining boxes which are blank, you write it as 0. Once you generate the global mass matrix, okay, now let us write the characteristic equation for the eigenvalues. Okay, now the eigenvalue problem is given by, it is given by k minus lambda m into u is equal to 0. Here I wrote like this. Okay, it can be, actually it is written as ku minus lambda m u is equal to 0, where u is common, hence I wrote like this, kl minus lambda m, where k is the global stiffness matrix for the bar, lambda is the eigenvalues, and m is the global mass matrix, and u is the global displacement vector. Okay, now next you just write the global stiffness matrix. Just now we have generated in the previous page, write it here. Okay, and next minus lambda into m global mass matrix, we write it here, that we have generated in the previous page, into u1 u2 u3, that is the u matrix. Okay, since there are 3 nodes, you will get u1 u2 u3 is equal to 0. Once you write this equilibrium equation, and the boundary condition is given by, since the node 1 is fixed here in the problem, stepped bar, hence u1 is equal to 0. If u1 is 0, using elimination approach, the first row and first column is eliminated like this. First row and first column you eliminate it, the remaining you will get 10 raised to 8 into bracket, only this much you write, 8 minus 4 minus 4 minus lambda into bracket. Here also the first column means in the mass matrix also it is to be eliminated, that means this one and this one is eliminated, only this these terms you need to write, 0.2613, 0.0261, 0.0261, 0.0523 into u1 is eliminated because u1 is 0, you will get u2 u3 is equal to 0. Okay, now the characteristic equation for eigenvalue problems, it is given by determinant of mod k minus lambda m, determinant k minus lambda m is equal to 0. Determinant k minus lambda m is equal to 0. This is the characteristic equation to determine the eigenvalues lambda. After that, what you write now, characteristic equation, you write determinant of into bracket, you write this term, that is k minus lambda m matrix you write, okay, is equal to 0. Don't consider this u vector, displacement vector. Now this is what the determinant, you just find the 4 terms of this determinant. How? Determinant of 8 into 10 raised to 8 minus lambda into, this has to be correspondingly, this term has to be subtracted. Okay, like this, 8 into 10 raised to 8 minus 0.2613 lambda. Now come to the second term, this is second term, minus 4 into 10 raised to 8 minus lambda into 0.0261. Okay, corresponding term to this is the corresponding term. Now for this, the corresponding term is this one, therefore you will get minus 4 into 10 raised to 8 minus 0.0261 lambda. Next, fourth term, 4 into 10 raised to 8, correspondingly you write this one, mass matrix coefficient, 4 into 10 raised to 8 minus 0.0523 into lambda. Now you got the 4 terms of this determinant is equal to 0. This is what the k minus lambda m you have found. Once you find this k minus lambda m, solve this determinant. We know that how to solve it. Multiplication of these 2 terms minus of multiplication of these 2 terms will give the determinant value. Now you write this term multiplied by this term, here it is written this term multiplied by this term, minus of this term multiplied by this term. Likewise here, if you take the multiplication of this term and this term both are same, okay, and both are in negative sign, that is I will tell you, this is minus 4 into 10 raised to 8 minus 0.0261 lambda, which is same as this term. Both have to be multiplied. This one I will write it as this term. I will take minus as a common, into bracket you will get 4 into 10 raised to 8 plus 0.0261 lambda. Both are same. Minus of this term into minus of this term you will get plus, okay, plus 4 into 10 raised to 8 into 4 into 10 raised to 8 plus 0.0261 lambda whole square. Both are same, hence I will write whole square. And outside it is minus, because this multiplication minus of this multiplication of these two terms, okay. Now this term minus of this term, okay, is equal to 0. After that, product of these two minus of this square, if you simplify, if you solve like this multiplied by this, minus of this multiplied by this, okay, this multiplied by this, minus of this multiplied by this, like that. If you solve, and after that minus of this a plus b whole square, a square plus b square plus 2ab, in this form if you write. After that, separating the terms, taking the common terms of lambda square, taking the common terms of lambda square, lambda and the constant, we will get the quadratic equation. We will get the quadratic equation like this: 0.01298 lambda square minus 16.724 into 10 raised to 7 lambda plus 16 into 10 raised to 16 is equal to 0. Okay, that we will discuss now. Okay, now this is the quadratic equation. Once again we will discuss here what we got the quadratic equation after solving. Okay, the determinant, after solving the determinant we will get the quadratic equation. We got 0.01298 lambda square minus 16.724 into 10 raised to 7 lambda plus 16 into 10 raised to 16 is equal to 0. This is the quadratic equation we got. Here now solve this quadratic equation to get the two values of eigenvalues, lambda 1 and lambda 2. How to solve this? This is in the form ax square plus bx plus c, where a is equal to 0.01298 and b is equal to minus 16.724 into 10 raised to 7 and c is equal to 16 into 10 raised to 16. Okay, these values have to be substituted into this formula that we know. X is given by minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a, where a, b, c we know. Okay, these a, b, c values have to be substituted into this formula. Okay, a I wrote a, b and c values, just now we have discussed. And if you substitute a, b, c values here and if you calculate, you got plus or minus here, plus or minus this ratio, this divided by this, plus or minus this divided by this, you will get, we got here first ratio 64.42 into 10 raised to 8 plus or minus 54.01 into 10 raised to 8. If you do plus, you will get first eigenvalue lambda 1 is equal to 118.43 into 10 raised to 8, and second eigenvalue, if you do the subtraction minus, then minus lambda 2 is equal to second eigenvalue, we got 10.41 into 10 raised to 8. Now by using these two eigenvalues we can determine the natural frequency of the vibration of the system, that is stepped bar. We know that eigenvalue lambda is given by square of the circular frequency omega square. Circular omega is nothing but circular frequency, and this circular frequency omega is given by 2 times pi into f, where f is the natural frequency of the free vibration. Okay, now this is when a natural frequency of the vibration, it is measured in hertz. Okay, now let us determine the natural frequencies. Now lambda is equal to 2 pi f whole square, lambda is equal to omega square, and this omega you substitute 2 pi f, and lambda 1 is equal to 2 pi f1 whole square. Okay, and lambda 1 you substitute, just now we got lambda 1 value, eigenvalue 118.43 in 10 raised to 8 is equal to 2 times pi is given by 39.478 into f1 square. Then from this f1 we will get f1 is equal to 17320.21 hertz, that is 17,320.21 hertz is the frequency, natural frequency of the vibration. Okay, now next, second natural frequency we will find, that is lambda 2. From the second eigenvalue lambda 2 we can find the natural frequency f2. Lambda 2 is equal to omega 2 square, omega 2 is 2 pi f2 whole square. And next lambda 2 is substitute, lambda 2 we got 10.4 into 1 into 10 raised to 8 second eigenvalue, that is equal to 2 pi is 39.478 into f2 square. If you solve for f2 you will get f2 second natural frequency of the vibration is 5135.086 hertz. Okay, these are the natural frequencies of the vibration we have found now. Now let us calculate the eigenvectors. Now eigenvector for lambda 1 is found from, for first eigenvalue we can find out the eigenvector from determinant k minus lambda 1 into x1 is equal to 0. Okay, this is the eigenvector equation, determinant k minus lambda 1 m into x1. Already we know determinant k minus lambda m into u is equal to 0. Just you replace u by x1 and lambda by lambda 1, because for lambda 1 we will find a eigenvector, first eigenvector we will find. Now what you do, k minus lambda 1 into m, what you x1 you just write, my dear students, just you write in terms of lambda 1 here. Already this expression we have got in the previous page, k minus lambda m into u. Okay, in this here in this page we got, that is here this one, the same expression you use, k minus lambda m, after eliminating by using the boundary condition, after eliminating the first row and first column, we got this one 8 into 10 raised to 8 minus 2.2613 lambda and so on. Just to substitute, replace lambda by lambda 1 here, you will get k minus lambda 1 m, and multiplied by you will get u2 u3, that is the x1. Okay, we got. And for second eigenvector you just replace lambda by lambda 2. Okay, we will get the eigenvectors. Okay, now here my dear students, now k minus lambda 1 m into x1 is equal to 0. K minus lambda 1 m just now I have shown you in the second page of this solution, that is 8 into 10 raised to 8 minus 0.2613 lambda 1. You just write it, replace all the values in terms of lambda 1, multiplied by x1 can be written as only u2 u3, because u1 is 0 is equal to 0. Like this, once you write this, after that you calculate all these terms by substituting for lambda 1 here. Already we got lambda 1 as just now we have discussed, that is lambda 1 we got already 118.43 into 10 raised to 8. This value has to be substituted here, 118.43 into 10 raised to 8 in all these terms, and calculating, substituting lambda 1 here and calculating all these 4 terms, we will get minus 22.94 this term value, and second term value we got minus 7.09, and then next this term value we got by substituting lambda 1 minus 7.019, and this term value we got by substituting lambda 1 minus 2.194, multiplied by u2 u3 is equal to 0. Okay, now we will solve for this one. First equation we will consider now, minus 22.94 u2 minus 7.09 u3 is equal to 0. From this equation we can write it as u3 is equal to minus 3.2355 u2, because if you take this term or to the right RHS, 7.09 u3 is equal to minus 22.94 u2 you got. Therefore u3 is equal to minus 22.94 divided by 7.09 u2, that will give you u3 is equal to minus 3.2355 u2. You got u3 is equal to minus 3.2355 55 u2. Okay, now we will get x1 can be written as x1, this is x1, we wrote u2 u3, x1 is equal to u1 is 0, u1 is 0, you may write u1 also, u1 is 0, u2 like this. Okay, now u2 u3 I will consider x1 is equal to u2 and u3 can be written as minus 3.2355 u2. Transpose I wrote because this matrix is, this is transpose. If you write transpose of this will become, this is in this way, in the column wise you can write. Now for normalization, to calculate the mode shapes, to calculate the eigenvectors, for normalizations the equation is given by x1 transpose, normalization expression is given by x1 transpose m into x1 is equal to 1. By using this normalization expression x1 transpose m x1 is equal to 1, just we need to substitute here x1 transpose is this one u2 minus 3.2355 u2 into m mass matrix, that is 2 cross 2. After eliminating the first equation we got in the second page of the solution we got this one mass matrix only we are considering. After eliminating first row first column we got 0.2613, 0.0261, 0.0261, 0.0523 multiplied by x1 can be written as like this u2, u3 is nothing but minus 3.2355 u2, that is equal to 1. Like this expression for normalization expression can be written here. After that you can observe here the order of this matrix is 1 cross 2. First you multiply this one and this matrix, and order of this mass matrix is 2 cross 2. If you multiply, take the product of these two matrices, you will get 1 cross 2 matrix. Okay, after this 1 cross 2 and this multiplied by this 2 cross 1, you will get only one expression, that is 1 cross 1. Okay, now we will discuss now here. Now here you can observe first multiplication we got, that is you can observe here. Okay, u2 into, that is first row first column, u2 into 0.2613 minus 3.2355 u2 into 0.0261, you will get first term. Likewise first row second column you will get u2 into 0.0261 minus 3.2355 0.0523, that will give you the first matrix, that product of these two matrices. How it is now, like this you got the product of first two matrices. If you calculate these 0.177 u2, you will get first term, and second term 0.14311 u2 by taking the summation. After that this matrix multiplied by the x1 matrix, that is u2 minus 3.2355 u2 is equal to 1. Then you just multiply first row first column only, you will get one equation. What is that first row first column? 0.177 u2 into u2 is 0.177 u2 square. Next minus 0.14311 u2 into minus 3.2355 u2, you will get 0.463 u2 square is equal to 1. After from this expression you will get u2 square as u2 is equal to u2 square. Okay, u2 square as 1.5625, and u2 you will get square root of that, you will get 1.25. Therefore u2 we got 1.25 mm. Okay, now next once you get u2 is equal to 1.25, after that substituting into the equation, here I have substituted u2 into this equation, but directly you may write, because u3 we know minus 3.2333 from 2355 u2, you just substitute for u2 here, we will get u3 value minus 4.044. Now from this first mode shape values we got x1 is equal to first mode shape of vibration, u1 is 0, comma u2 is 1.25 we got, u3 is minus 4.044. These are the values of first mode of vibration. Next similarly for the second mode shape, The eigenvector for lambda 2 is found from k minus lambda 2 into x2 is equal to 0. Just now in the previous page we have discussed k minus lambda m, just you replace lambda by lambda 2 and lambda 2 values here you substitute. Lambda 2 value already we have calculated. How much we got? That is, here you can observe lambda 2 value, okay, lambda 2 value 10.41 in 10 raised to 8. If we substitute into this equation, into this matrix, lambda 2 value k minus lambda 2 m, okay, already we have got k minus lambda m. Just now I have discussed for first eigenvector for lambda 1. The same procedure you follow, just you substitute lambda 2 value 10.4 in 10 raised to 8, and next if you substitute this value, you will get these 4 terms. After solving, you will get 4 terms as 5.279 minus 4.27 minus 4.27 3.455 multiplied by u2 u3 is equal to 0. And follow the same procedure as we have seen in first eigenvector for lambda 1, okay, and solving we will get first equation we will refer here, that is, you can observe, okay, here the first equation 5.279 u2 minus 4.27 u3 is equal to 0. In this once you write the equation, we will get u3 in terms of u2, that is u3 is equal to 1.236 u2. You write x2 equation as u2, u3 is 1.236 u2 transpose. For normalization, x2 transpose m x2 is equal to 1. In the previous page we have discussed for lambda 1 first eigenvector, you substitute x2 transpose as this value, this matrix, and m, the same mass matrix we have seen in the previous page, into x2 is u2 1.236 u2 is equal to 1. After that, taking the product of these two, you will get 0.2935 u2, 0.0907 u2. As we have seen in first eigenvector, the same product multiplication you follow, multiplied by this matrix, you will get, how do you get 0.2935 u2, you will get 0.2935 ut square plus 0.0907 u2 into 1.236 u2, you will get 0.112158 in u2 square is equal to 1. Okay, by solving this equation we will get u2 as 1.57. okay, if u2 is 1.57, we know that u3 is equal to 1.236 u2, that is 1.236 into 1.57 will give you 1.94. hence u3 we got 1.94. hence we got the values, the eigenvector values for the second mode shapes. The eigenvector values for the second mode shape we got x2 is equal to u1 is 0, comma u2 is 1.57, u3 is 1.94. Now we can draw the two mode shapes of vibration for the stepped bar shown. How do you draw? Okay, now see here, first mode shape can be drawn by using, okay, first I will write the equation. First mode shape eigenvector values we got x1 is equal to 1.25 minus 4.044 u2 u3 values. These are the u2 u3 values. Okay, now second mode shapes eigenvector values we got, I will write x2 is equal to 1.57, 1.94 we got. Okay, now we will draw the mode shapes of vibration like this. If you draw, see here what I did, x1 first mode shape values are u1 is 0, u2 1.25, u3 minus 4.044. what you do, just in terms of, in x direction you show the node numbers 1, 2, 3, and in y direction you show the u values. Okay, now just these values have to be substituted. Now at node 1 it is 0, here you indicate the point, and at node 2 it is plus 1.25, u value is, you write here, indicate the point, and at node 3 u3 value we got minus 4.044, hence you need to show it below the line, this one. Then After that, join this line like this, and like this. This is what the vibration mode shape. The system will undergo in the first shape during the vibration in motion. During its motion, it will undergo like this vibration. First, it will undergo vibrate like this, and like this. After that, next, if we draw the second mode shape of vibration for the stepped bar, for node 1 it is 0, for node 2 plus 1.57, for node 3 plus 1.94. After that, if you join this, the vibration will be like this. You will get. This is the second mode shape of vibration. I hope you have understood, my dear students. This is how we can evaluate the eigenvectors and eigenvalues and eigenvectors for the system for the stepped bar, and so that we can determine the natural frequency of the vibration, as well as we can draw the mode shapes of the vibration for the system in dynamic analysis in finite element method. I hope you have understood. This will, my dear students, will come under module 5 of 6th semester syllabus of VTU, finite element analysis, 17 ME 61 code, and you refer previous VTU question papers and try to solve those dynamic analysis problems on bars by using this procedure. I hope you have understood, my dear students. Thank you. Take care. Stay safe. Stay healthy.